So I just want to start off by saying that one universal truth is that every human is born with the instinct to automatically judge people without getting to know them as a person or their personality. The novel that I'm reading is called Belong to Me by Marissa de los Santos. This novel revolves around the main character, Cornelia, and her husband, Tio, who's a doctor. They move into a brand new city in a brand new neighborhood, not knowing anybody. Their first encounter is with this young girl named Piper, who's the protagonist and very judgmental from the very beginning. She thinks they are underclass because her whole neighborhood is very sophisticated and rich. Cornelia and Tio's main goal is to have a kid, but unfortunately, Cornelia is unable to do that. Along the way, throughout the book, they meet a lot of new people and learn from a lot of experiences that help them to keep going and not lose hope. They experience a lot of people who judge them and think they're not making the right decisions, but they end up helping those people as well and keep fighting. The purpose of this novel relates back to the theme statement, anyone who finds fault with others is working on their own reformation. There are many different quotes that explain this theme throughout the book. This quote also holds a symbol in it, which is a guitar. And the quote states, "The guitar and the man's voice, both, were plainly beautiful, and it struck Piper as the purest, most unsentimental song she'd ever heard. Even the sadness felt simple, scrubbed clean." This quote does not only relate back to the theme, but also is a symbol, because the music that the man plays on his guitar touches the heart of a lot of characters and is very calming. Especially Piper, because even though she says the music is unsentimental, later in the novel she shows that it actually means a lot to her. She puts on this hard outer shell and shows not that much emotion, and it treats people really bad. But she shows that she wants to change and change the way she treats people. The next quote states, "Piper slid the strap back into place. Then, Tom took her hand and led her to the edge of the bed where they sat, shoulder to shoulder, noticing how even now it was easy to talk to him." The second quote relates back to the theme because it's a turning point for Piper and the other character, Tom. They butt heads a lot and have a lot of arguments because they have such similar personalities. They're both very judgmental and very headstrong. But they end up making up and changing throughout the novel and different experiences. It shows in the quote that they can talk to each other a lot easier now and they open up to each other. They both change for the better and even end up living together happily. The third and final quote states, "All I'm saying is that from the very first push, I saw to what end I labored. Not delivery, depositing a gift to me and Tio on the doorsteps of our lives, but deliverance, the baby freed, pushed loose and streaming, like God, into the world." This last quote relates back to the theme because it shows that Cornelia and Tio never gave up and never lost hope. They ended up succeeding in having a kid, and even though everyone was judging them and thought they could never do it, they never gave up. They went through a lot of ups and downs together throughout the novel, but they ended up growing stronger individually, and they grew a stronger bond together as a couple. A personal thing that I would like to share, and I know a lot of you guys can relate to, is that I'm not into like the drugs or the juuling or the drinking. It's so prevalent in our society right now, and especially with teenagers. I'm not judging anyone that does it because everyone has their own life and can make their own decisions. Sometimes I feel judged when I turn it down when people offer things to me, and maybe they think I'm afraid to try things. But I know it's just not good for your body and your health. This issue is so relevant, it's in so many teens' lives. But it also relates back to the theme because Cornelia has so many health issues with not being able to have children, and she feels really judged by her neighborhood, and especially Piper, for not fitting in and having the perfect household. But she opens up to this character, Elizabeth, who's non-judgmental and understands everything. Another personal experience I had is when I was younger, I was so busy and I did so many extracurricular activities in sports, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. I remember so many kids thinking I was weird and crazy for participating in so many activities. But it's actually helped me later in life, and I realized that they just didn't do as much and were insecure. Though I don't do as many activities as I did when I was younger, all the sports that I played when I was little helped shape and form who I am today and all my abilities. Because now I even coach ice skating and I ref soccer, and I wouldn't know how to do that without the training and skills leading up to today. One section of a song I want to share I think describes the theme and this novel really well is called Good Old Days by Macklemore featuring Kesha.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming. Got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would have gotten out of my show. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself.
The song brings home a lot of the points that I've been making throughout this whole talk and the theme, because it talks about not drinking, and it's basically saying don't let what other people say get to you, and don't have any regrets, just do what you want and be yourself. In conclusion, you can't please everyone, and someone will always be judging you like Piper, so you should stay strong and never lose hope like Cornelia and Tio. People are always growing, changing, and learning together, so never compare yourself to others, because comparison is always the thief of joy. Thank you.